All right. All right. We are live. Welcome to the next big stream with IQ Protocol. We're here with some amazing people. I'll start off with David, our head of BD. We got Kevin from Arcade. And best for last, we got the EX Sports team. We're going to do some camel racing here live on the stream. For those that are new to this, every week we like to do some live streams here on X, Twitter, X, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. We got a bunch of people tuning in. I will be dropping the exports here a link in just a moment if you guys want to tweet it out. But I think you should get a little notification on X if you'd like to share it. But yeah, so basically, what we like to do here, we bring on guests every week on our AMAs. We talk about Web3 gaming, we explore different games, but now we're doing them in real time by showing you some real live gameplay right on the stream. So I'm really excited to get into it. That's my little intro. David, if you just want to introduce yourself, then I'm going to pass it to Kevin from Arcade, and then we'll do a real big intro with the EX Sports team. How's it going, David?
Hey, sure. Thanks, Marcello. Everything's going good over here. I'm mobile today, so I'm in Florida and I'm not in my usual office with my green screen in front of my red wall. But yeah, happy to be here, and I can't wait to start racing some camels. I got a camel in my wallet ready to go. So yeah, I'll pass it over to you guys, Kevin.
Yeah, nice to meet everyone. Thanks for having us on. I'm Kevin Okeson, one of the co-founders of Arcade. Yeah, just really excited to test out this game and have some fun racing. Racing some camels and stuff. It's always fun to learn about new sports from different cultures and stuff. And for those that are watching, we just did a Twitter post from the Arcade account, Arcade to Earn, where you can go onto the app and get some free camels through part of our partnership. So you can go on, download the app, get some camels, and come racing along with us.
All right. Super happy. Thanks for sharing that, Kevin. How's it going, EX Sports? We got Reed, we got Sabir, and we got Nemo. How's it going, everybody?
How are you guys?
All good, thanks. All good.
Good,
I'll
good.
introduce myself first. I'm Sabi. I'm the CMO of EX Sports. I'm really excited to have partnered with IQ Protocol, Arcade to Earn, and some of the other partners as well on this. Yeah, really excited and really looking forward to the AMA and live stream today.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Super happy to have you guys here. Do you guys want to give us a quick intro? What is EX Sports? What is camel racing? For those that don't know, while you guys talk, I'm gonna have some camel racing footage right here, straight from Twitch, just setting that up here. But yeah, give us a quick rundown. What
Yeah.
is EX Sports? What is camel racing? For those that don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I'll introduce myself real quick. So my name is Reed. I'm the senior project manager and co-founder of the gaming studio side on EX Sports. I'll let Sabir do a little intro about EX Sports in general, then I'll get back into exactly what Al-Hejin is and how we created it and why we created it. So Sabir, if you want to give a little rundown of what EX Sports is about and everything, that'd be great.
Absolutely, absolutely. So EX Sports is we're a sports tech company. We essentially promote niche sports like camel racing, like jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, street football, and several other niche sports. Sports which maybe on their own their communities are limited, but combined it represents hundreds of millions of fans worldwide. We support and promote these niche sports through offline and online means. Offline, we hold physical events all around the world for different sports. We also partner with other events and support them, and then we bridge the gap and bring that online through doing cool things like game development, Web3 games, interactive NFT marketplace, live streaming, and really cool, meaningful rewards that actually have a real impact to the athletes and the sports that we promote. Al-Hejin camel racing is our latest kind of sport that we're promoting, and I'll let Reed talk all about that because he's literally half camel these days. So
Yeah, so I'm actually from the United States, as I mentioned. I'm from Texas. So I stayed in Dubai for 6 months, starting the gaming studio for EX Sports. And while the time I was there, because horse racing, as we all know, is huge in the United States. And then I actually was invited to go to the championship race, where every year they actually give out huge prizes to different federations that come and race their camel for like a championship race in real life. I thought this was really inspiring because for me, coming from the United States, I never even knew this was a sport. And I thought, this is something that it's more of an older generational sport that's kind of, struggling to kind of get the younger generation in it. So our hope is that by making it into a video game, we can also get the younger generation to appreciate all the support that they've done for the game itself. Yeah, so that's why we created Al-Hejin, and I thought it was something that is very important to the Middle Eastern culture, but also for people all around the world to even understand that this is a really, really popular sport in the Middle East, and hopefully bring awareness all over the world about it.
Yeah, that's super cool. I didn't even know camel racing was a thing until I discovered you guys, so I'm very excited. We're showing some footage right now. I'm watching the race. I'm excited to get into this and see whose camel's gonna win. Is everybody on the stream
Yeah, I'm
gonna be?
getting hyped right now for number 7, man. Like, let's go, number 7. He came from behind. He's like, oh no, he's getting passed. If I was a betting man, I'd lose it all right now.
Number 3 on the outside. I think or on the inside. I think 3's going to
Yeah,
take it. No,
I
then
don't
they're
know.
all
Oh,
One,
number
coming up.
one's
here
taking the
goes
lead.
Here goes one.
3's
One's
going to
coming
get
back,
last.
man.
I'm rooting for the underdog, number 2, on the far end.
Let's go. Let's go. And is this a live race right now?
This
Correct.
is
Yeah.
live, bro. Yes.
Oh
So
man,
what's really
these guys have
cool,
got it all on the line.
yo, what's really cool, they have their live stream going 24/7 on Twitch. So I just tuned into this one. We're able to watch some live action right here. And oh, who
13.
took
Was
the
that
lead?
13 that won?
Wow.
13.
Yeah, so just a little bit of a rundown. So each camel that each user will get, which, if people are watching right now live as well, if they have a camel in their wallet, they can go into the album section of EX Sports. They can go into their camel info section. All those different characteristics are what basically creates the speed of the camel, how it races, its stamina, and all those different attributes. So we took it from the 5 major regions of camel racing. So we have Sudan, Oman, UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. So those are the biggest markets for camel racing. So we wanted to, show our support to all the different places where camel racing actually is a huge sport itself. Yeah, so if you click on right here, you can go to camel info, the second section. So there you can see your name, the rarity of your camel, as well as these are all the different characteristics. So as you can see here too, so he has a super rare camel. It's from Oman. The coat color, which is all white, as you can see, is called Jumper. The status is called Fresh Camel because right when you mint your camel, you can race it up to 10 times in these qualifier races, which we'll get into once we go back to the race itself. And then, as we keep going and watch the races and you guys put it into the race, I'll explain more of the actual game itself too.
Oh, I'm hyped. So I have a super rare camel here, guys. This is great. Awesome. And for those that are just tuning in, so we did make a post about this. You could get a camel for free using the IQ code. All the instructions are in the announcement. Check out check out our Twitter account, our Telegram, or our Discord if you're looking for more info. But yeah, this is exclusive to the IQ community. Anybody could use it using that code. And yeah, so I'm really excited. Do you have more info you guys want to drop? Do you want to go around the platform a bit, or do we get into it with? What do you guys think?
You can just go right into Shabir. If you want to explain more of the app in general right now, that'd be great.
Yeah. So the way we designed the app, it was really important for us to make it an easy and seamless integration for especially the sports world. They're a very young audience, 16 to 40 years old. So to have them kind of understand and onboard them into the Web3 world was something we kind of took a lot of consideration when building the app. We wanted to make it easy. We wanted to take out as many sort of pain points that there could be in a crypto environment or blockchain related environment, and that's kind of what we've kind of put together. We've made it very easy. It's just like any other app. Users can go in, they can watch live streams, they can have a look at the different digital collectibles, they can play games, and they can understand and see how they can earn rewards. It's a work in process, continued progress and evolution as well. We're making it more and more kind of seamless, and especially as we onboard more and more athletes. We've got several thousand athletes in the digital collectibles marketplace at the moment. We represent over 2 million. So that's going to take a long time to onboard. But as we onboard, we've got a lot of cool things coming along the way, such as new games that are in development and many other things. But Al-Hejin is where we all are at the moment. I'm really excited about that. We do have another game, Urban Ball, which we released earlier in the year as well. We're looking to do some really cool stuff with IQ Arcade and a lot of other partners as well in the coming months. But everything right now is focused towards camels.
Yeah,
love it.
absolutely. So if you want to
Very,
go
very
into,
exciting.
if you want
Yeah,
to
I
go
think
into,
I entered my camel to come up in the next qualifier race. So I already went and threw mine in there. So I don't know. I think there's like a minute left or 30 seconds left until that one fills up or starts to race. I don't know if anybody wants to go throw their camel in that dusty race qualifier or whatever.
Yeah, let's have a look. Which slot did you pick? Which slot is yours?
Number 3, I think.
Let's have a look.
Number 3. Oh yeah. Let's get that
All
one.
right, is it this one?
No, it's the dusty
Running in
desert
2
one.
minutes. I think yours closed, Kevin.
Oh, mine closed
you're,
already.
Yeah,
All
yours is
right.
playing right now.
currently
I
in the
think.
race right now. Yeah.
It's racing
All right.
now. Yeah. That's the one.
All right, let's see how it goes. I think I'm slot number
Let's see
3.
right now. Kevin.
Yeah, so just for users that are watching as well, so we currently have 3 different maps. This is Dusty Desert, so we wanted to create like a Middle Eastern type of sandy vibe map. That was kind of our goal of this one. We also have Red Sea Racing, which you saw earlier, which is an underwater map. We thought it was cool to have them racing within a tube, sort of futuristic style, sort of racing with that. And then High Stakes, which you'll see next, is a Dubai-themed map, which shows all the major monuments in Dubai. Basically, like you're racing in the sky, looking at over all the major monuments, like Burj Al Arab, Burj Khalifa, and a bunch of other buildings. So
Nice.
can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, I can indeed.
Okay. Gotcha. I just want to make sure because the stream on my side, I don't know if it's lagging on your guys' end too.
Yeah, the
I
stream
don't know.
was, and so is Marcelo as well.
Okay.
But
I think it's probably on Marcelo's side. Yeah, because the stream's running fine on my phone right now.
Yeah, sorry, I was just entering the race, so I think I'm in the Dusty Desert race with you guys.
Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
So, but I'd have a common rarity. I think that Marcello sniped a pretty good one. I want his.
But yeah, if you want to go back into the main app, Marcello, we can just showcase more of the application itself too, and I can explain more about the different race types and everything as well. Yeah, so as of right now, so you can see that when you first get your camel on the main app right here on the main page that we were at, the first races that you have to enter into are qualifier. Ooh, is it lagging from your guys' side as well? I'm trying to see. Yeah, if you can go back into the camel racing section of the game. Yeah.
The my app is doing is fine.
Yeah, no, everything's working fine on my device. I think it's because we're just screen sharing right now. It's a little bit slower from, because also we're on the call. Yes, if you want to scroll down a little bit. So these are the different maps that I was discussing. So when you first mint your camel, when you put in the IQ code or any other code that you came in from, you can see there's different types of races. So qualifier races are the first one you have to put yourself into. Once you win the first place in this race, you'll get the ability to enter into a championship race. So Marcello, if you want to go to view all, that button right next to upcoming events. You'll be able to scroll down. You'll be able to see in this current season. So there's a gold UI thing in high stakes, that one race right there. You can see, so once you win that first qualifier race on the bottom, scroll down a little bit more. It's that one that's in gold.
High stakes. Yeah.
Correct. So once you win the qualifier race, get first place in the race itself, this is where you can then enter into your championship races. So then if you want to go back out and scroll down to the bottom of that page, if you want to get out of upcoming events, top left corner. Yeah. And then if you want to scroll down, so what this does is the championship races itself, the top 3 places in those races will earn championship points. On this, if you keep scrolling down, you'll see a championship leaderboard. Keep going. So then here is where you actually win $1,000 worth of prize money, as well as, IQ is also giving out prizes for this and the prediction leaderboard. So then every day you'll have one chance to race your camel for free within this championship race. If you want to keep continuing to race your camel to try and get more points on this leaderboard, you can go purchase camel bites. But obviously Marcello has to win qualifier race first to get to this stage of entering into these championship races. But yeah, so then you'd have one free chance a day, and then you have to wait 24 hours to race, or you can buy these camel bites to try and get on the leaderboard. And then you can see on the leaderboard itself, if you scroll down, the top 15 slots are going to be in gold UI, as you can see on the left-hand side. Those 15 camels at the end of each season, which you'll see there are about 12 days left of this current campaign that we're running with IQ. There will be a red UI race that will say finale on it, and those camels will be automatically entered into the race, and then the winner will win $1,000.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also, it will be now's a good time to talk about some of the bigger the rest of the prize pool as well. So IQ Protocol are putting up 10,000 of the IQT tokens, which will be distributed among all of the top 15 members of the leaderboard. Also, Arcade to Earn are also putting up 10,000 of the XARC token, which will also be distributed among the top 15 of the top qualifiers. And then also, this will also apply to the prediction screen, which Reed, I'll let you talk a bit more about the prediction screen as well.
Yeah. So as you see this little banner that just came down, Marcella, if you want to click on that, race is starting soon, predict the winning camel. If you want to click on that, it will take you to the prediction screen. So before every race, you'll have about 35 seconds to click on. So even if your camel gets retired after its 10 qualifier lives, if it doesn't win, or if you just want to be involved in the game and you like to watch the stream, there's also ways to earn prizes while watching as well too. So as you can see on the screen that it takes you to right now, it's going to load these camels because the race is about to come up. It will populate the new 15 camels that are in this next race. And then you'll be able to click on which camel you think is going to win. So it should be updating any second now. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on one of the camels whenever that loads. I'm not sure if it's lagging from your guys' end also.
It's those frozen Canadian internet lines.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. We'll showcase how to enter in it. But Marcella, if you want to scroll down on the screen as well, you can see also there's a prediction leaderboard. Or is it not even letting you get to the screen right now? Actually, I think we have to wait.
Yeah, no, they're moving the polar bears around. They had a pile up of polar bears on the highway. It's blocking the internet.
and I just did the watch the ad thing to get my camel to go again, and like it was super easy. I mean, it was a Robinhood app commercial, something people should probably like be looking into for managing stuff anyway. So I think that's a really good value prop there. I mean, 30 seconds, you go refill your drink, get some food or whatever, then come back and race your camel again. So I think that's a pretty cool business model there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we've seen really good engagement from users for previous tournaments that we've been running over the last few weeks, and in particular the IQ tournament. We've seen really good engagement from users. I mean, we're giving the NFT away for free. Usually, if a user wanted to kind of enter the tournament individually without being part of any community, they would require to pay $10 for a camel pack, and it will come with a pack of 3 camels. And then they can race, but we're giving away 1 camel, which we value at $4 for free, and they have 10 chances to qualify and enter the tournament. And it's the key thing is that it's absolutely free for a user to join the game. They have pretty much exactly the same chance as anyone else as winning or becoming part of the prize pool. So yeah, it's a really, really, really cool tournament for users and for the communities, for Arcade to Earn and the IQ Protocol, the community. It's a very good opportunity for them to get involved and be part of something fun and win some nice rewards.
So this year, there's probably going to be a few conferences in Dubai. Are you guys organizing a real life camel racing event sponsored by AX Sports as part of a reward or some kind of a side event for the conference?
I'll say it's been discussed, or I should say discussions are underway for certain things involving live camels. It is something that it has been discussed. There was an event that was happening in Abu Dhabi. We were going to do something there with a live camel, but I think you're getting warm as to what we're potentially looking at doing with some of the conferences that are coming up. Whether it will be soon or maybe later on, it depends. Camels actually, maybe Reed can talk a bit more about the sport of camel racing separately, but it's like It's a really big deal in the Middle East. It's $1 billion industry. Some camels are sold for like millions of dollars. It's a really, really big thing. There's a lot of historical ties here. So even though camels are funny to like most of the world, one hump, two humps, all of that, but actually over here, it's like they're almost kind of, like sacred or like heavily protected and like a national camel. Maybe Reed, if you want to talk more about camel racing, you've done a lot of research.
100%. So, a lot of Bedouin tribes back in the day, they took camels as basically their whole sort of transport in their whole life, right? That was kind of their car and vehicle to get around the desert. So camel racing is almost giving back to the camels for all that they've done to them. So they take amazing care of the camels. They raise them really well. Like to them, it's almost like a sibling because of what they've done for them throughout the whole time in the Middle East. Camel racing has been going on for thousands of years now as well. It's not like it's a newer sport too. So that's why we're really trying to carry the tradition on to the younger generation to hopefully start getting them to races as well too. But yeah, like Sabir said, it's one of their biggest sports in the Middle East because to them it's not only about the sport itself but about the culture, what camels have done for their culture in general. So it's been really cool to be part of that in general and to see the growth of the business and how much camel racing is kind of sparked in the Middle East. So
have you had any feedback from the camel racing community on like what you guys are doing? Is it like positive, and do they like the kind of attention that you guys are bringing to the camel racing community as a whole?
Yeah, absolutely. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the call, right, is we want to, because a lot of times too, right, even when there were horse racing video games back in the day and stuff like that, it kind of got the younger generation to start looking at Kentucky Derby, all that kind of stuff. So our hope is a kid might go to his dad in the Middle East, say, "Dad, look at this game I'm playing. Can we go to a real life camel race one day?" So the biggest thing for us too is we wanted to be consistent with the sport itself too. We didn't want to add all these flaring details, all this kind of stuff to just like fake what it really is. We wanted to make it as authentic as possible. And actually, I had the pleasure to meet with one of the top camel doctors in the Middle East when I had my time in Dubai. So I actually got to sit down with him for about 3 to 4 hours one day, asked him all different questions about camels, how they run, different attributes about them to make sure that the game runs exactly how it should be. And even like the race length, 2,000 meters is exactly how the race should be. All these things are very authentic to how the actual experience of camel racing is done in real life, which they really enjoyed because, we're not just someone that's making the game, doesn't know anything about the culture, but I've sat down with a lot of various people to understand, the culture and how the game should run.
Very cool.
Yeah, how much work went into like measuring all those stats? Like, did you go out and like inspect like different camels and be like a big, a larger camel races better on this type of track and distance, or like what was the process to gather all that data?
Yeah, it was, well, I actually, when my time there, I was just lucky. It was a time where the actual like championship race in real life actually happened. So I got to see like the best of the best camels, got to meet with the trainers afterwards, everything. It was a really, really cool experience. So from there too, women are actually faster camels in real life. Obviously for game perspective too, obviously there's a little bit of attributes that will help out here and there, but just because you have a woman in the game doesn't mean it's going to always win, but there's always the different attributes. But the interesting thing too is they've almost genetically modified these camels to race faster, because as you can see in the game right now, like you'd see a camel in real life and think they have this large hump and stuff like that. They've actually breeded it to have basically a flat back, almost like a horse does, and that's actually sped up. I think they said from the last 10 years they've been able to speed up the camels to about like 25% faster than like what they were in the past 10 years, just because they're putting a lot more energy and time into actually researching this as a full sport. So yeah, definitely a lot of research and meeting with the right people. Obviously, my boss has put me into great connections to meet, the head doctor for the UAE for camel doctors and all that too. So it's been great to have that experience to speak with them and actually make the game as authentic as possible.
Isn't a flat-backed camel just a llama? I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, guys.
And my brother,
I don't want the hate. I don't want the hate from the camel racing community over here.
And my brother's a llama farmer, so I sent him. My brother lives like 2 hours north of me, and he has like, he's not a llama farmer, but he has 3 llamas because he goes hunting and stuff a lot. But I sent him the preview video of this, of everything that we're going to be doing, and he was like, can I enter it? Can you guys digitize my llamas for me and throw them in a race? And I was like, hey, maybe that's a whole new thing we start racing, is doing llama races too.
Yeah, that's EX's sports next niche sport that they're bringing in, is llama racing out, and then alpaca racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be something there. There could be something there. That would definitely be ultra unique. Yeah. Also, I mean, what's interesting as well is that they don't have human jockeys on the camels as well. A lot of the time. Maybe really, if you want to talk more about the jockeys, how that works.
Yeah, so especially because safety is a huge concern too, because these camels run very, very fast. And they don't want anyone getting injured and all that kind of stuff. Because and also the biggest thing for them is speed. I think that's the reason why they've been able to get camels to run at a way faster rate than what they used to do, because they keep advancing technology. So they actually have a mechanical jockey that sits on the back of the camel, which also they train their camels to speak to them through a speaker. So they have a speaker attached to the mechanical jockey, and they'll scream at it whatever they want to say, whatever its command is, to actually go faster, especially as it gets closer to the end of the race. So it's a really, really cool technology that they've created, and also training wise with the camel. But it's been a really, really cool experience learning about this, because it's very different from horse racing. And especially because it's very similar to a sport that's huge in the United States, as we all know. But like I said, it's something that I didn't even know about. I remember watching it on TV when I was in my hotel the first time I got to Dubai, and I thought it was almost like a joke type of video, like something like a spoof on YouTube or something like that. And then actually, like, I asked my boss, and I was like, "Is this really?" He's like, "Yeah, it's like one of the biggest sports in the Middle East." So that kind of set a light bulb in our head of like, wow, this could be a great opportunity to share awareness all around the world for the sport. So
yeah. We partnered with the Camel Federation and Presidential Affairs of Camels, who helped us develop the game. And even in some of the moves that we've made, we moved our gaming studio to Abu Dhabi, and under the Ministry of Culture, who is also supporting us in the camel racing initiative as well. One of the goals that they want, of course, is to kind of spread camel racing and the sport of camel racing to their next generations, but they also would like people outside of the Middle East to be familiar with what camel racing is. Exactly like with what Reed said, when he came, he saw it in a hotel, he thought, is this what is this? But actually it's something they're so proud of over here. So the region really wants people from outside of the Middle East to really kind of understand what is camel racing. It's a really well structured, really, really well put together sport with a federation, with a whole ecosystem, and it's really fun as well, and it's unique. It's got some really unique things to the sport, maybe, that make it different from camel racing, such as the 4x4s racing alongside the camels a lot of the time. Maybe Reed, if maybe a bit about that, could be some of the differences between camel racing and some other four-legged race.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. So horse racing, as we all know, there's a jockey that sits on top of the horse. But in camel racing, they have the lanes, as you can see, as we have in the game itself too. There's also the cars that will ride. They actually, most of the time, are G-Wagons, funny enough, driving next to the camels in the desert. It's crazy. And that's
is that like the bunny? The G-Wagon is like the form of the bunny and the Greyhound. Like they kind of chase the G-Wagon down the track.
It actually goes side by side, so you actually drive directly to your camel. But if you watch a video online, it's really, really cool, because it almost looks like these guys, because every single trainer, so there's anywhere from 15 to 20 camels that are in a specific race, and you can actually see with that, you can see how they're diving in between each other, driving through to get next to their camel, because it's a very, very tight race too. So you can see it almost like when I was there, I thought they were going to crash the cars. Like, it's such an interesting thing of how close they get to their camel to yell at it through the speaker as well too. So it was a really, really cool experience, because it's something I've never personally seen in my life before, and it was very, very entertaining.
Now they have a really high tolerance for motion sickness, because when I was in Dubai, I went to an event by Claros, and one of the things was just like just driving through the desert, and I underestimated it. I was like, no, man, I'm a redneck. I can handle this. This is great. Like, I've been in like, some crazy situations with 4x4s. Man, I was so green and sick. Like, these guys have a stomach of stone, I swear. Yeah. But yeah, that's awesome that they get they get right next to it, and they're coaxing it on and everything. Has there ever been kind of like any accidents where they flip their SUVs over?
Not that I've experience personally going to the races, I mean, I'm sure it probably has happened. I don't have any data on that personally. But I mean, their driving skills are incredible. I mean, they're literally swerving, and people are standing on top of the car, like literally sitting on top of the cars, looking at the camels. I mean, there's usually like 5, 6, 7 people within the car too, all celebrating together, and it's really cool too because afterwards,
That's cool.
they all get out of the car, they all celebrate with the winning camel, which is really, really awesome. So
That's really cool.
yeah, it's an awesome tradition.
So what about AI? What about AI for the jockeys? Like, have they started to look into like using machine learning on those robo jockeys to see like when they should coax them on, when they should hold them back? I mean, I know people are really good at those things, but just for like scaling, have the jockeys or the people that own the camels in real life, have they started looking at AI for some of that stuff?
I know they put a lot of development into the trainers that actually come out like to whatever country they're racing in. I don't know specifically about AI, but they're always, this is something that it's not even about the money. They win a lot of money too if they win these races, but it's not even about the money. It's which country wins, right? So these 5 countries come together once a year, they race, and it's, which royal family wins the race. It's really just bragging rights against other countries as well,
it's
too.
like that art sale. It reminds me of that art sale that like one sheik did and they like bid against each other, and they ended up paying like 400 million for that one piece of art like a couple of years ago, because they literally were just like, I think it was like Qatar versus like the UAE or something. And they literally just outbid each other because they were like, I just couldn't stand this other country to win, even something as silly as an art auction. So I can see that pertaining to like big races too.
It's a huge culture thing too, and as well as just like, because the championship race happens once a year as well too. So like, it's such bragging rights for the whole year. Like to get back to that championship race and even qualify for that race is such a big thing, which is why we kind of set up the game like that too, right? Where there's that one finale race at the end of each season, to kind of quantify, that excitement. So like when that timer is out and that final race is there, that's when all the prize money is really given out too, just like in real life. So, but yeah, that's
this is super cool.
Yeah, that's a basic. Oops, sorry.
Shall we do a race room? No, I was just saying, whenever you guys are ready, I'd love to race you guys and see who's gonna win.
Yeah, I'll put my camel in now too. All right, so let's put it into. So we have to wait because the championship race is next. So let's put it in Dusty Desert in 4 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay, let's go in.
Okay, I like that.
So mine is already in the Dusty Desert. So do I just leave it in there, or?
So you're in slot 7, right?
Yeah, I'm dancer.
Yeah. So as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see my screen. So when someone else takes a slot as well too, you can showcase it. So slot 7 was taken by David, so I can't even enter that slot anymore. As you can see, slot 3 I just entered into, so that's my slot. And then all the available slots that you can enter the race into are all in blue. So if you're looking to enter into a race, if somebody else is watching the game right now alongside of us and wants to race, that's how the logic works as well too. So if you're wondering why some of them are grayed out, that's because me and David just took those spots, and there's also now 13 more spots to enter to if somebody else wants to join.
Okay.
We're joining in on Dusty Desert.
Yep. Mine says position 1.
Okay, cool.
Oh, then maybe somebody took slot 7 then.
Yeah, mine says position 1 in Dusty Desert, and it takes and it says it's got a 12-minute timer on it.
Okay, so you're going to another race. So yeah, go to the one that starts in 3 minutes 20 seconds.
Okay, I can withdraw my camel from that
No,
right now?
once your camel's in a race, it stays in the race.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll watch you guys then.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm in slot number 2. I got into slot number 2, so let's see.
Yep. Now we got 6 slots filled. 2, 7, 3, 4, and 9. So.
Yeah, and I think I did a race I did a race 1 or 2 before this and got like 10th again. So I think the camel that I drew is definitely. I'm gonna have to go buy some packs and get some better camels here.
And just so everyone can see my screen too. So now while this race is loading, as you can see on that screen, you can see the different camels that you can predict. So right here, I'm going to predict slot 1. My predictions created successfully. And then now you can see within that race too, if you go to the participating camel section, you can see that camel that's an orange lettering for its name. That means my prediction's also in as well now too. And then just like we have for the championship leaderboard, there's also a prediction leaderboard. So the top 15 users will also get prizes as well, which IQ and other campaigns are also going to be giving out, prizes as we discussed earlier.
I think it'll be a good moment to talk a bit more detail about the prizes, because we've had a lot of questions from in the communities as well. So obviously, EX Sports, we're putting up $1,000 USDT for the person who wins the whole tournament. So that's one person who wins the whole tournament will get 1,000 USDT. Then obviously, IQ Protocol, you're putting up 10,000 of your tokens, and also Arcade, 10,000 of your tokens, the XARC tokens. It will be good. A lot of the questions we've had, what are the utility of the tokens? How do they work? How can users utilize them? So it'll be good maybe to talk through them and learn more about them while we wait for our race to start. So David or Kevin, whoever would like to go first.
You go first. You go first, David, if you want, and then I'll chime in second.
That's okay. My headphones are dying, so if you guys would just give me a second, you go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I just had to go to a different part of the house here because the kids saw the camel racing and started to go absolute berserk, and it would not have been quiet. So, but no, really excited. So the X Arcade token is our platform token. So Arcade utilizes a 2-token system. Our platform token is XARC, which is on Avalanche, and that allows full integration and operability with the mission pools. And mission pools are essentially portals to GameFi rewards. So, for example, if there was a mission pool on this racing right now, maybe Arcade or someone else would own 10, really high level camels, and then mission pool participants would be able to deposit into that mission, which might be, hey, supporting these 10 camels during this championship race and tournament. And then the rewards that would come off of those 10 camels and the leaderboard and everything would then get shared to the people that participated in that mission pool. So the XARC allows the participated in all the mission pools, and then our TGE, which will be on the 27th of February, that's going to be for the liquidity token. And there will always be a 1-for-1 swap for that. And the main liquidity token is going to be on ETH mainnet. So we've got liquidity on ETH mainnet for just real ease of use there. And then the 1-to-1 swap for the X Arcade. So people that get the X Arcade token ahead of TGE, that is early platform access. You can go start participating in the mission pools, earning rewards. And then, so that's the utility there. So it's the key component to it. So the easiest way to explain it is like when you go to a regular arcade, you take your dollars, you put them in the machine, you get tokens, you have those tokens to go experience everything in the arcade. The X Arcade is essentially those tokens to come, play with everything we've got going on there.
Nice.
Is this our race, guys? This is us, right?
Oh, it is. Okay.
This is us.
All right.
Who are we rooting for here?
I'm number 13.
So horse 2 and 13 we've got in the race here.
So if you guys also want to see, if you guys click on that specific race itself on the main tab, you'll see like watch live races. If you click on view your camels, you can see your camel's name plus the slot that it's also in. So in case you forgot which camel slot you're in, also on the predictions tab, you can also do that by going on participating camels, and those camels will be in green. So as you can see here, in participating camels, you can see my camels in green right now.
Oh man, I was taking the lead. I don't know what my camel's doing now. I fell asleep.
That jockey in the microphone speaker wasn't being nice enough.
I'm lost. I'm right at the back.
Yeah, 14's in a crazy.
Yeah,
right
it might drop all of a sudden. It might drop.
Yeah, but can it maintain it? Yeah, can he maintain?
I'm coming for the lead, guys.
Who's number 12?
This is a close one.
Oh,
14.
Number 14 stretching. Oh no, 13 is gonna take it right here.
Whoa, the dark camel.
It's going. It's going.
I got that joke.
I have number 4.
Oh,
we got 400 meters left still.
Oh, mine's about to take
I'm right at the back. I'm right at the back.
Oh my god.
I got number. This is gonna be a close one. I got number. Maybe I'll pull away. I got number.
Oh, who's that number
9?
How do I use my nitrous?
Ah, number 9 just.
Nitrous. Where's my boost? Where's my boost?
Where's the carrot?
Wow.
Damn, man, I was getting so excited. I want a rematch,
So
guys.
you only move along, right? If you win the race, right? You only get to move to the championship for the winner. So second, third, and down is just points for the leaderboard, or leaderboard points are only earned in the championship
Those
race.
are only for championship. So the biggest thing too is we wanted to make the championship equivalent to how it is in real life, right? So we wanted to kind of have like a seeding route of like, okay, like if your camel doesn't win the qualifier races, it doesn't deserve to get to the championship style, because like championship races are like all of the best camels, you know.
Got it.
So that way it's the best of the best competing to get on that top 15 leaderboard for the
Do,
finale race.
do the camels ever get depressed because they didn't make it?
I haven't asked them, but I think they're fine.
Okay.
They're fine, especially these digital ones. I don't know if they're plugged in to be. I'm sure you can program in some sadness to them if they don't do well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
some tears, like sad Pepe
That's
memes.
so funny.
We have some artwork. We do have some artwork that we've made, which is quite hilarious. But but we can maybe share some of that after on the socials.
Shout out to Garcia Capital, one of our community members. He says this is good. You should join in on one of our races, Garcia. Maybe join in on our next one if you've already tried it. Should we do another race, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. And does anyone in the community have any questions right now? I can't see
Let's
the
check this
comments.
out.
Does anyone have any?
Oh, okay. Your camel finished 8th.
Yeah. Mine, I
So
came
far, there's nothing.
last.
If anybody does have any questions, oh, yeah, if anybody has any questions or any commentary, please drop them in the comments. We'll be sure to raise them in this live stream. But Garcia, join us on the next race. Let's check out what other races we could do here, or what openings we got. Let's see.
Yeah, high stake starts in 1 minute and 20 seconds. I just watched the ad and I'm already in for slot number 2. So
High stakes, yeah.
yep.
High stakes? Okay. Let's do it.
First one.
So Garcia, you hear that? Join in a high stakes one. It's in 1 minute.
I think Nemo won the last match, by the way. He's silent there in the background. He won.
Nice. Well done, Nemo.
Cool.
So then, like in terms of buying the packs and stuff, I mean, that's the strategy, right? So I mean, you're buying these packs and then you're learning, what horses do or what camels do different things. So is it similar to some of the other digital horse racing ones, where the track will have like different stats to start the day, like temperature and track condition and stuff like that, in terms of how well the camels do? So do you want like a stable of like 6 to 8 camels that all have different stats, or are you trying to just get is it more like a race car where you're like, you get this awesome camel and it's going to do kind of good in everything?
Yeah, so it's all algorithmically based. So obviously there's the different characteristics which I spoke about before, and there's also just a random number multiplier for each race itself too. So each race is completely different. So there's not like a one size fits all. Like, if you have the best camel per se, like super, super rare, and it's, has all the best characteristics, doesn't mean you're just going to win first place every time either. Because obviously we want to keep it fair too. So it's a little mix of both. Obviously, like, you could still win with a common camel, even no matter what region it's from or anything like that too, because off of that multiplier. So we wanted to make it at least fair for everybody. But obviously, if you do have some better characteristics and stuff, but even within the camel packs itself too, it's almost like drawing like the FIFA Ultimate Team cards, right? Like you don't know which one you're going to be getting, but also we leave it up to people that are playing the game too in the community to say, hey, this gender I think is better. This region I've had better luck with, all this kind of stuff. Also too, once people start making their predictions and stuff like that, you can also sell your camels on the secondary market. You can also buy them on the secondary market. So if you see ones for sale that you really love from the UAE, you could say, okay, I really only want to buy UAE camels. If you want to buy one that's only female, you go to the camel info, you can buy that too. So if people really find like a formula that they think works for themselves, or that they think they can sell for higher value, they can also do that as well too.
Yeah, and a lot of it will also be determined by the other camels that are in a race as well. So even if you do have the rarest and what can be perceived as the best camel, it depends. Are you in a race with similar ranked camels as well, 14 others? In which case, the chances of your camel, winning, it will totally be dependent on the other camels as well. So there's a lot of factors that come into it, and there's little strategies that we're seeing users start to look into. You know, they're following the predictions quite aggressively to see, okay, which camels are winning, and they're following the different races to see is the same camel being entered into the same slot, so that they can maybe see, okay, which races are they going to have a better opportunity to perform better in. So every user, I guess, is going to have their own kind of tactic and strategy when it comes to racing. So.
And then what about breeding? Is breeding a big thing in camel racing like it is in horse racing? Or is it more like 100 camels are born and they have them start racing and they just kind of figure out which ones are good? How does like breeding and stabling all work maybe in the real world version? And then is that going to come to your game?
Yeah, so in real world, yeah, it's huge. Obviously, they breed the championship winners all the time. You know, finding the best camels for that, absolutely within, you know, whichever country that they're in, they definitely want to, you know, use that to their advantage. In our game, you know, we've seen with other protocols, with other, you know, sort of racing games that have breeding, it just really, like, I don't know, it adds. I think it just has too many, you know, I just don't think it's really great for the protocol in general for that, because then people breed and then they just have like millions and millions of those on the game itself too. You know, for us, it's a really big thing to kind of just grow the game really healthy. Also, the biggest thing too is, so if your camel races in just qualifier races for that week, let's say, you know, after the 12 days, your camel still qualifier status, has lives left, your camel can still race towards the next week. But if your camel wins a qualifier race and is championship status, at the end of that finale race, all camels that are championship status also go away. Because the biggest thing for us too was we wanted to provide a community where, you know, you've seen with other games where one animal or something like that just dominates every single week, right? Or dominates every single championship race. We really want to make it fair to the community where every week there's going to be a new winner coming in every single time. So that way people know it's not rigged, it's brand new, fresh. And if someone had the best camel that week, you know, they win the $1,000 and they win that prize, and then they have to get lucky again and mint their camel or get another airdrop. So that's a
Got it. So these camels are all going away then. So you don't. It's not like some of the games like photo finish and stuff where you're holding the same horse for like 3 years and stuff. It's really just short-term tournaments, and you're getting a new stable and group for each time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I'm in this race right here, and I'm 15th. I'm in the last place. No, I'm position number 15.
Oh, position 15. All right. Let's see what you got here.
Yeah, that was a big thing that we did a lot of research with other games too, and we saw a lot of negative feedback was from, there was a huge dominance with some animals in other races or other racing games, car racing games and other stuff too, where like we didn't want to be that type of game where people just didn't want to play because it was unfair. You know, so now each person knows every week you get on the app, you have a fair shot. The leaderboard clears every week too. So if you have, let's say, 1,000 points in the leaderboard this week, goes back to 0 next week, you have to get a new camel. So that way, you know, you can really try hard to win that battle.
Oh, wow, go Dancer! Go Dancer! You can do it, bro! Team Omani!
Here we go. Oh, they're all catching up to you though.
No!
Come on, late sprint. Late sprint though.
Scared him, David. You scared him off.
You were yelling too loud in this. Oh no, he's gonna come back.
Come on,
I think you're gonna do it. 15. You're coming in strong.
You can do it.
Last press.
You're so pretty.
200 meters
you're so
left.
Beautiful. I love the way you
pretty.
drool.
Don't spit on me if you lose. Let's do it.
We'll give you.
I
think
you got
third.
second.
It was third.
I think
right?
he came in second.
Did I?
Third.
No, I was third.
Yeah. It's still podium.
Still
podium.
That's right. Hey, let's go, Omani. Dancer.
Reed, do you want to talk a bit about the point system in the championships?
Yeah, absolutely. So that gold race that we said was championship before. So we give out 3 different prizes for first, second, and third. So there's a total of 160 points given out per race. First place is 100 points. Second place is 50. Third place is 10. So we're still obviously giving you, because even getting the top 3 is a huge deal. So we still want to obviously give prizes, but we want to obviously give first place, you know, more leverage on that. Yeah, so it's a huge thing for, you know, like I said, to give back to the best of the best camels, because even winning top 3 out of 15 camels is a really, really good statement.
And to talk a bit more about kind of the tournament, the IQ Protocol tournament, and how it works. So every user who receives the NFT, the camel racing NFT for free, they have 10 chances to qualify. Hopefully when they qualify, they can then enter into the championship. And as Reed mentioned before, they can race an unlimited number of races, but their camel only has an opportunity to race once per 24 hours because then its stamina is depleted. However, users, if they want to, they can purchase power-ups, camel bites, to replenish the stamina instantly and take part in a race again. And they can do that with us in as many races as they like. It's $1 for a camel bite. For every single camel that finishes in the podium, like Reed mentioned, they're allocated points. Those points are accumulated on the leaderboard, the championship leaderboard. And at the end of the tournament, on the very last race, will be comprised of the top 15 camels with the highest points. They will all compete in a final race, the grand finale race, and the winner of that race will win the $1,000. That's how users can attain the highest prize. So right up until the end, the final race, it's still any one of the top 15 camels' chance or game to win.
Yeah, and for anybody wondering too, because as you can see, you have to enter your camel into a specific race right now. For the finale race, it's done all automatically. You don't have to wake up at that specific time to enter your camel in that finale race. So there's no worries if, God forbid, you sleep in or you're just not by your phone that day. You're not going to get gypped out of not being there if you don't enter it at that perfect time. It's already entered in, so all 15 slots will already be filled with those top 15 camels too. So nothing to worry about from that side. So if you do have the best 15 camels, your camel will be entered in that finale race.
Mm.
I noticed just placing third that I got. I'm number 32 in the leaderboard, so I'm at the very end, but I'm going to work my way up.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
So real quick, just so people know,
Oh man, I placed
how much
11 on this one.
Oh, nice. How much are those packs? Like, how much are the 30 card packs that people can get from the app and stuff to increase the camels and stuff that they have? How much does one of those cost?
Yeah, so the camel packs themselves come in packs of 3. So that essentially gives you 30 lives because each camel has 10 lives. That's what it says.
Got it.
So that'd be $10 for 3. And then the camel bites, which give you instant stamina to enter into another championship race. So if David wanted to race another championship race right now, he could go into the store, go to buy camel bites, spend $1 on it, and then immediately race into the next championship. Obviously, if you're really on the cusp of, anyone can win even without doing camel bites. I mean, if you have a really good camel, you race once per day, you still have the chance to. So we're not saying you have to buy them. But let's say you're on the cusp of 18th, 17th, 16th place, and you want to get your camel in the top 15. To win $1,000 for $1 extra. Especially if you got your camel for free, it's a pretty good incentive to have the chance to win $1,000. So, and also the IQ and arcade prizes that we're also giving out for the top 15 the next 2 weeks as well too. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to let the rest of the arcade team know that I'm just gonna be watching YouTube videos and racing camels for the next couple days. So my calendar's all of a sudden gonna be really full with a bunch of placeholder meetings here.
Yeah, I'm hooked.
Right?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Because it's so short. It's just like a minute and a half of fun, and like they change positions so much and stuff. I mean, it's pretty cool.
I'm glad you guys like it. And that's the biggest thing too. We wanted to have, so there's 480 races per day. And as you guys will see too, as we get closer and closer to that finale race, there will be more championship races per day allocated. So right now, since we're just starting the new season, there's only one every half an hour. And then you'll see as the days go on, we'll have more and more championship races because, our thought process is as the season continues, there'll be more and more users that also win the qualifying races. So they'll want to enter more into championship races too.
Got it,
so
yeah.
you'll see more championship races pop up as well as the days keep continuing.
Come on, dancer.
So what if 15 people don't enter? Then is it just NPC characters or?
Yeah, correct. Just from the backend database, obviously we give an advantage to people that actually enter in with real camels, just because obviously we want them to go forward into the races. But yeah, just so that all races fill all hours of the day, because especially since we're a newer game and all that kind of stuff. We want to make sure that all slots are filled and we're not, someone's not entering one slot and no other slots get filled and the race doesn't run. So it's a way to keep the game running at 24 hours a day.
Got it.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the staking, Reed? Like how the staking for retired or disqualified camels works?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna have a staking mechanism too within the camel. So even if you get your camel for free from the airdrop, you lose all 10 lives or after the finale race itself. How that will work is you can actually stake your camel for camel milk. Then basically what will happen is if you get X amount of camels that are staked after a certain period of time, you'll also be able to redeem another camel pack. So essentially it's giving back to the community as well of, if you're a loyal person that keep playing our game, instead of just, oh, your camel's retired, you're out of luck, we at least give back some utility to, if you're loyal to the game, we can have that. So
yeah, the idea is that users, we want to give people an opportunity to kind of come back into the ecosystem, play the game again. We've got the milking pool, as we call it. It's like a version of staking, and depending on how long the user locks up their camel for, they will get points which they can use to buy another camel and take part again. It will just be over a certain period of time, 1, 2, 3 months, depending. So it's the user will always have their camel. They will only be able to race it in one tournament, as Reed mentioned, but they will be able to use that camel to acquire points or milk points to then acquire another camel and race again and build up their fleet of camels. If that's the right word.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. So long term. So right now, you've got partner projects like IQ Protocol, Arcade, providing rewards and prize pools. What's kind of the business structure to bring like prize pool money and rewards into? Because I just see this as like, I'm working with a whole bunch of different projects that are in the whole sports book and horse racing and stuff like that. I see with the right prize pools, you could get some people that have some serious money that would be willing to, put some money into some camels and race them and stuff like that. What's kind of the long-term business model to bring prize pool money in?
Yeah. So for us, it's also, obviously bringing in new sponsors and stuff like that too of, long term. But the biggest thing for us, if we can get one of the larger camel federations to really like come onto our game, because the biggest thing for them is, like I said, getting the younger generation to come on, check out the game. Because to them, like it's like I said, even about winning that, I think it's $1 million in real life for that real life race. To them, it's not even about winning the $1 million. It's about having the bragging rights. So I think the biggest thing for us too is really getting a federation that truly believes in what we're building right now, and then also having them, because to them it's not about the money as well too. It's about growing the sport.
Yeah.
And also for us, especially from me being in the United States, seeing, even what we've created now with this game, to see if it got to that federation level of, then we see EX Sports banners at the championship races one day in real life.
Yeah.
Like that would be insane.
And then we all go to that, right? I hope we're on the invite list to go to the EX Sports, big suite at the big camel race at the end of the year. I think that'd be fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Everyone's invited. Horses as well into the crowd.
There you go.
So we're invited in the G-Wagon that chases the camels, right?
Exactly.
I'll be on the roof.
Cool. That's what I was just gonna say, David. You and I are gonna put a couple lawn chairs up there. We're gonna bolt them to the top, and you and I are gonna be, hooting and hollering. All these
shooting fireworks and spraying the champagne.
You can enter in one of your own camels. Everyone can have their own camel. Enter it in.
There we go.
Yeah, well, we can just race Marcello. We can just put him in in one of those suits, and we can just, egg him on. Go, Marcello, go.
I've just thought about a new fun event to do at some Web3 conferences. You get like 10 founders to all put on camel outfits, and then we all race, down a long stretch or something for the entertainment of the whole crew.
Man, this is genius. I think that we need to do this. I want to see CZ. I want to see Yacht, all these guys racing in camel.
In camel costumes.
Yeah, but then with their co-founders, someone has to be the back legs,
Oh yeah, it's like the 3-legged race, but we'll have it be the 4-legged camel race. Someone in the front, someone in the back, and
Yeah,
you got
sponsored by EX Sports. Let's do it.
And there's also another funny thing that they do too is it's really cool is they actually do camel beauty contests.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
Nice.
they take
That's
it
so
they
funny.
take it very, very serious. Right now they have like people that are real doctors as well, so they know like if they have Botox in the camels to make their lips look better, all this stuff. Like there's people that get disqualified for using those types of things as well too. But it's a really, really big event as well. While the camel race is going on, they also have another section that showcases like a camel beauty contest because that's another thing too is any way that they can have a way to brag to them.
Yeah.
It's I have the most beautiful camel, I have the fastest camel, so there's another really big competition that's almost as big as the camel racing side as well too, is that it's another huge event that goes on every year as well. But yeah, they have like real life doctors that work with Botox and other stuff to make sure that they're not messing with the cheek structure of the camels and all that kind of stuff. So they take it very, very serious.
The
Well,
prize
there's,
pool in December, because it just the latest beauty contest was in December. The prize pool was $3 million.
Like more than the races prize pool, huh?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a really awesome environment because the biggest thing too is like they take such pride because honestly like natural beauty too because I mean I don't know all the ins and outs of what makes a camel beautiful. I mean there's a
Oh, you don't?
Yeah,
you haven't become a master on that.
I haven't
part?
become a master on that
Yeah.
side. Unfortunately, I've focused more on the racing side, but that's something that they take it huge scoring system, almost like what they do for dog shows here, and all that kind of stuff. It's the exact same thing of muscle structure, face structure, how long the nose is, and all that kind of stuff. Like it's a really cool sport itself too. So
Because
we can't laugh too much because in the States we have beauty contests for hogs, right? So we have hogs and horses and dogs and everything else. So yeah, camels, it makes sense over there.
Yeah.
It's so closely connected to the culture over here. Even the history, they're known as the ships of the desert because that was the core form of transport and trade for thousands and thousands of years. So there's so much history that's gone into it and stories and all of that. That's kind of why they're such prized possessions and why they're so loved. There's so much behind it. It was amazing when I first moved out here 7 years ago, just to learn about how much they love the camels. I always thought they were just, not for fun, but like they were just, like tourist
for transport.
Stuff. Yeah, that type of stuff. But actually, they're really revered and yeah.
Yeah, I actually learned a fact the other day by somebody. Someone said that the humps on a camel they don't store their water there. They store fat there so they can go long periods without having to eat or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing too is these camels, I mean, have a better diet than me, right? I mean, the food that they give them, the exercise they give them are insane. So that's why like they don't need that storage of fat, which is why they are flat in this game too of the humps. Like they're literally, if you see them in real life too, they're like you said, they're almost like llamas, how flat back they are. And they're always improving. And obviously, within each country, they have their own specific strategies that they do to speed them up. And it's really, really awesome. And you can also even see too, with the different countries, each camel, they even have their own like coat color as well too. So you can see that some are like a lighter brown, some are black, some are white. So those are also authentic to the specific regions that they actually race as well too.
Very cool. And I also found out that there's like different. They look different too because they can have like longer hair and some of them are kind of woolly in colder environments and stuff like that. But they don't race the woolly camels, do they?
No, not really. It's usually like as compact they can make them and as flat as it can make their back. Usually, the faster the camel is. So.
Yeah, you don't want to be able to hide all the boosters underneath all that hair. I get it. Yeah.
The nitrous button.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. We have one comment from Man. So the prediction leaderboard. We give 10 points out for predicting the right camel, but also since we are having great sponsors like IQ and Arcade and others that are coming in, since you are getting your qualifying camel as well too for free. within that specific season, we also want to reward the ones that are coming in from that specific campaign. So you're also given the points that you win is 50 Winsy points for winning the qualifier race, as you can see on the app. So those points also go towards the prediction leaderboard as well too. So we're giving back in that way as well. So if you are coming from that specific campaign from that specific week and racing your camel and winning, those points will also be carried over. So it's not a bug or anything. I just wanted to explain that's exactly how it would work. So if there was any confusion from people, anyone else watching as well as to why, someone already has X amount of points, is because I think someone has like 800 points right now because they've raced like 20 camels already. So they're really invested within the game. So for us, it's, we want to give back to people that are also supporting the application, not only predicting, but also entering their camels into races as well too. I think that's the only other comment that I see currently, but if anyone else has any other comments, you can always put it in the chat and happy to answer them.
Well, I think that brings up another point. How much are the camels going for right now? What's the floor?
Let me go on the market. Let me see.
I think some people are trying their luck with the prices that they're putting them up for, but there are a lot of people who are, some people have been attempting to sell them for as high as $1,000. We saw others around $50 to $150. It depends. It depends.
That's solid.
Scoop up those floor prices, guys.
Yeah, about $5. But the biggest thing too, so like I said, like from other games that were different as well, and why the floor price is so varied is because if you purchase, let's say, a camel that you see is top 5 on the championship leaderboard, if you buy that camel specifically, you could literally go through the whole work that somebody else does, buy that camel, and you're now in top 5. Right. So that's why the value is also very disparate. And some are $5, some are, $100, because someone who has a possibility to earn 1,000, they're selling their camel maybe for $100 because they already did all the hard legwork to get their camel in the top 15. So that's another thing too, why, some camels you might say, oh, why is that so much money? But if you quantify that they have the opportunity to win $1,000 and they're the day before the finale race, for example, then, why wouldn't someone who is just interested to try and bet their luck 1 out of 15 chance to win 1,000, why not spend $20, $30 or even $100 on that camel if you're feeling lucky,
And let's say you mint
point.
let's say you mint one from a pack. Do you have what's the longevity of from once you mint it if you don't enter it in a race? So could you mint something and decide not to race it for 6 weeks from now or 2 months from now, or once it's entered?
So as long as your camel has qualifier lives left, which there's 10 for each camel, and it doesn't win a championship or a qualifier race and go into championship status, that qualifier camel won't get disqualified until.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Either of those. So yeah, if you want to wait 6 more months to race it, you can take one from one of these campaigns that we're running with Arcade or IQ, keep it for 3 more months. But users also have to be careful too, because let's say they mint with 1 day left in the campaign, they win a championship or qualifier race, then they only have 1 day to then get in the top 15. So it's also being urgent with understanding where you are at terms of the competition as well too.
Got it.
So yeah, we would probably advise that, if there's only 1 or 2 days left in the competition, probably not to race your camel until the finale race in the next season starts. Just because then you have full time to actually keep racing your camel and everything.
Okay, this has been really awesome, man. And Marcello, are you back? Are you done with your lagging?
Yeah, I've been done. I changed my I fixed my Wi-Fi for now. I think Kevin just got rugged out. Okay, now he's back. But yeah, no, this has been really cool, guys. Honestly, great rundown. It's awesome being able to see everything in live action. And yeah, it's been fun to be able to race our camels in real time right here. I was hoping some of us would win first place, but I'm gonna have to try that a bit more. But I think we're already over the top of the hour by a bit. Is there any final comments or any final notes you'd like to leave for the audience? For those tuning in, please check out this amazing camel racing game. You'll find it on our Twitter page or our Telegram or our Discord. We've announced it. You're gonna get a free camel, so make sure to sign up. Tons of amazing prizes to win. But yeah, Sabir, Reed, is there any last final things you'd like to leave for the audience before we come to a wrap?
I think you summarized it quite well with the prize pool. Just to remind users that to use, you've got two different codes from IQ and Arcade that you can use to redeem your free camel. All you have to do is really easy: download the eXports app, create an account and wallet. You'll be prompted with a box to enter a redeem code. You can enter the code, which you can get from IQ Protocol, which is IQ. And from Arcade to Earn, it's Arcade, and then you will receive your free camel, and you will be able to play in the game for free without any restrictions whatsoever. You can play and you can have the opportunity to win some of the great prizes that we have. $1,000 USDT for the person who wins the entire tournament, and a share of 10,000 IQ Protocol tokens and a share of 10,000 XARC tokens from Arcade to Earn. So it's a fantastic opportunity to get in on that and have some fun and win some really cool prizes, all for free.
Yeah, and from my side, thank you guys for the opportunity to speak today. And if anyone has any questions about the game, anything else you guys think of after we get off the phone as well, always reach out to us. We're here to explain. And yeah, thank you guys. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, from the Arcade team, thanks for having us on. Can't wait to partner with you guys long term and everything. So yeah, this was just a really cool opportunity for us, and happy to support these culturally diverse sports that are really popular across the world, and expose different geographies to them. So it's just thanks for involving us.
Absolutely.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. This was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed watching this live action here on Twitch and being able to compete with you guys, and yeah, just having you guys on. Thanks for doing this. Again, for those that are watching, make sure to sign up. Lots of amazing prize pools to win all these amazing prizes. Make sure to check that out. And yeah, we'll catch you very soon. We actually have another live stream tomorrow, which we'll be announcing later today, but I'll drop some alpha. It'll be with Aether TCG, which used to be Cards of Eternity. We're gonna have Dreadsong showcasing us a bit of their trading card game, and then yeah, we got some jam-packed AMAs this week, which we'll announce, and then we have another amazing live stream on Friday. But stay tuned, guys. Lots of amazing stuff on the stream and on our Mega Spaces this week. And make sure to follow everybody here. Make sure to follow on Twitter or X, EX Sports Token, that's their handle, and make sure to follow Arcade to Earn, which Kevin is representing here. And make sure, if you're not already following, to follow IQ Protocol, which is IQ Labs _official. But thank you everybody for tuning in. We've got a good amount of viewers throughout the whole stream. This has been a lot of fun. Sorry I had to lag a bit at the beginning. I managed to fix that on my end though. But this was a lot of fun, guys. Thanks again for being here. Reed, Sabir, Kevin, and Nemo, who was here just a moment ago. I think they dipped, but and thank you, David, as well from the team.
Hold on, really there's a guys. Joke there, Marcello. We got to find Nebo.
You had to say it, man. I love it. I was thinking of that too, but I'm like,
I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself, man.
I was gonna say it. I'm like, I don't know, and then you beat me to it. I love it, man. This was great, guys. Thanks so much. We'll catch you very soon, and hope everyone has a good rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, or a good night or evening. Yeah, thank you, guys. We'll catch you very soon.
Yep, thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Great
Bye-bye.
stream.
That was great, guys. Thank you. Bye.